Today we're talking about the commonest of all garden herbs, which is something that actually shouldn't be labeled as that. It's marvelous mint. There are so many different varieties, in their hundreds at least, believe it or not, and you might not even have one growing in your garden. Well, today's the day that is all going to change. The first mint that we have, which is probably the one that you might have in your garden, is called ordinary garden mint. This is also known as peppermint. So this is the original, probably the one that everybody has. Now, one thing about mints, guys, they're very enthusiastic, really enthusiastic. So if you are going to have them in your garden, rather have them in pots, please. If you don't have beautiful terracotta pots that you're going to put them into plastic pots. Whatever you do, just put them in something, even a wheelbarrow, but keep them contained. If you are going to put them in the garden, plant them in a plastic pot and then bury that. Because if you don't do that, you are only going to have a garden full of mint, because mint is so enthusiastic that it will simply throttle and kill any other plant along its way. And that's also good news, because it means that they're really hard to kill. Lemon balm has been used for eons to make beautiful teas. It's calming, it helps you sleep. They can be used, tinctures can be used for acne, for taking the frizz out of your hair. Can you believe it? All sorts. And then we've got spearmint. Spearmint is the one that I really do recommend that you use for drinks, punchiness, and also if you're going to be making any oils that you would be using, because any mint, especially your spearmint and your garden mint, is great for if you've got itches, so mosquito bites, skin rashes. If you make an oil with this, or even a tea, and you just put it on, it has a beautiful soothing effect and actually stops the itchiness. So that's one. And if you've been bitten by a mosquito or something, you just simply grab it, rub it over the spot, and that is going to have, besides just the beautiful fragrance, a wonderful cooling effect. And this is all the things that we can use this wonderful herb for. Okay, then over here we've got apple mint. As it says, apple mint, when you smell this guy, you will think you're kind of in between a Granny Smith, but apple, freshness, crisp. You know when you bite into an apple that first time and the juice is spray, that's what you're getting out here. Lovely in fruit salads, also just in ice cubes. It gives it all. And then chocolate mint. Oh, can you believe it? Chocolate mint. So I can see this, a nice dessert, even on a piece of fruit. I'm all over it. All right, so that's your mint. Nice and easy. All right, guys. So we're going to show you a beautiful samosa base dish, of which the key ingredient is mint, because remember earlier we said that mint aids digestion. So if you've had a heavy meal, you take a few pieces of mint, chew on it, make a mint tea, and that's what it does. So I've got 400 grams of beef mince here. You can use lamb mince, you can also use chicken, probably soya if you really had to, but not on this cooking show. So guys, what we got is a wee bit of olive oil. Pop that in here and then get the mince going. And we want it to be really quite crumbly. Okay, so make sure that you agitate it quite a bit so that it's nice and crumbly. We don't want chunks of it. And that's one of the tricks of when you are preparing mince, is that you've just got to agitate it a bit. Don't put it on and leave it and walk away, because you're going to end up with these chunks like meatballs on steroids. Not fun. Now, folks, you'll note that we've put no seasoning into that mince right now. And the reason for that is quite simple, because the seasoning is all in our beautiful mint and mixture that we're going to be putting in now and blitzing it. So this is really simple. It's one of these like handheld mixers. You don't need to get a whole food processor, because that's certainly not how I operate. But what we're going to be doing is taking our mint leaves, just taking them off the stalk, and that's our step 2. Right, guys, our main beautiful ingredient is our handful of mint leaves. That goes in there. We're going to take a handful of coriander. Now with coriander, don't worry about the stems. Keep them. It's like one of the yummiest parts of it, and we throw it away. So handful of that in there, nice and easy. And then we're going to add in a teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of ginger, and a bit of salt in there. All right, and then because it's a chili bite, we need some chili. And of course, we know that these are beautiful in the flavors that you're going to get in the mouth. So pop that baby in there, and now let's just blitz it. So in the meantime, what's happening there with my mince is that we want all of the liquid to dry out. You don't want a liquidy and a mushy mince, because then your samosas are going to end up like all floppy, and that's not what we need. So allow it to dry out quite a bit, and believe it or not, that 400 grams of mince is going to make 30 samosas. Now that's bang for your buck. Oh, my shattered nerves. This is so yummy, so yummy. And now all we're going to do is pop it in. But look at it. Look at that. You've got the chili, the mint, the coriander. Oh, the flavor, the smell is just too enticing. This goes into our dry mint mix. Okay, get it all out. All the last bits. I'm salivating. Right, and then a good mix. Wowza. Now this is cooking with herbs. Next up, let's get to our samosas. Right, guys, here's our beautiful mince mixture, and you can see how dry it is. Now, don't be stressed out. Don't go adding more oil to it, because remember, samosas need to be deep fried, but a little taste. Leftovers can always get put to good use. But before we get to that, we've got to make our 30 samosas. So, nice and easy. This is the part that we all cheat on. We are not going to be making the pastry for the samosas. No, this stuff over here is bought. It's exactly what it says. It's samosa pastry. And some very clever person has already worked out the folding mechanism, which is just what we want. It's also called pur, P-U-R. So put this over here with a damp cloth. Just put it over there so that these guys don't dry out, okay? And then when you need your first one, take this baby, put him there, cover it up, and then we've got some corn flour here. So this is just corn flour and water. This is our glue, okay, like the glue that you use in crafting, except we're using corn flour here. And here we go. Take about a tablespoon of your mince, pop that in here, all right? And now we're going to get to folding. Now, if you've had children, you might know how to do this. If not, you're going to learn, just like me. So you're going to go over corner to corner. So we're taking this guy and we're going to the straight edge. Okay, so there, straight edge. From here, we then go straight over. There. Then from here, we go back over there. So you see, we're just folding along. And as we go along, fold from this corner to there. All right, and then when you get near the end, now you take your glue and you put a little line of your glue. There we go. And then fold it over. Last bit there, we've still got some there. And here is one time's amazing designer samosa that just needs to get deep fried now. I've got a whole lot more to do, so excuse me while I get busy. Right, guys, whilst you're folding up your last little samosas, we've got the oil on the go. Put it on hot because we're going to be deep frying these. And now let's pop them into the oil. These little babies need to get put in about 3 at a time. Wait till I put them in. Listen to it. There they go. And you just leave them in here for a couple of minutes until they go that beautiful golden brown. Don't throw in too many at a time, or else you're going to mess up your heat and it's just going to turn into a mangled mush. And then we wait. So, samosas are done, but we're not done yet. Of course, I'm holding everything back before I'm going to plow into them. However, we've got to be really good about this, because to finish it all off, I'm going to make a beautiful, yummy, tangy, sweet, delicious, what other word can I use? Dipping sauce that we're going to use for these samosas. So we're going to take half a pineapple, get the base off or the outside off, get it into some chunks with 1 chili, pop that in the blitzer, and that is going to make a yummy liquidy dipping sauce. And take a look what we have here. Yummy. Pop it into here. And there we have a chili or pineapple dipping sauce. And of course, now you're allowed to have your samosa dipped in this. Okay, go away. That's enough. I've got this. I've got all of this over here. And sorry, but you're going to need to make these to taste them. And the essential ingredient, of course, was mint.